for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things, that's expensive. They hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. G. Flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds. East Coast, they get that bread. You you end up dead. Them West Coast, they leave that spread. And now you got calling your dream.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in Uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Cleveland Browns and the Carolina Panthers. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and off we go from Uptown Charlotte. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Out of the gun, it's Young. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Martin Emerson. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
First and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. They'll run with Chubb. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll try again with Chubb. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Call it no gain that time, and now it's third and goal. So stuff for no gain on second down brings up a pretty interesting third from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let him know right away I'm throwing it. But I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity that if it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
Running for it, here's Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Browns are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. After the interception, here's Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Harrison Bryant from 10 yards out. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
That throw by Young incomplete.
Another incompletion there. That's 5 in a row now to start this game. He's got to take a deep breath now, step back, shake it off a little bit, trust his offensive line, and hope that his play caller dials up something that can give him a completion and get him going.
On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. This is fielded at the 27. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. From the 44, Watson. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 33. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Following the interception, Young. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Up the middle they go with Sanders. They find some open field here. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 41 yards for him on the ground in this first quarter. He has been tremendous to start the new year. Off the play fake, Young. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And this is caught inside the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. They'll run with Sanders. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end.
And he will take it across for Panthers touchdown. Miles Sanders, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers are back within a score. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yes.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Keith Taylor. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Piñeiro now to add the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Watson. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. From the 50, it's Watson. Right back to Njoku. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Chubb on the counter. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. On play action, Young. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. In for the sack, Myles Garrett.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely, and that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. So on now is Johnny Hekker to punt this one away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Browns drive about to get started. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Faking the give, now Watson. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down. So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 89 yards rushing for him in his first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Young again on the keeper. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
The Browns drive about to get started. For this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones. Now a first down throw, Watson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by York is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated. But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
And that is taken in by Hurst. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020?
Young is intercepted for the 3rd time this game. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And the Browns are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add. He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far in second down.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Well, the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Watson off play action. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. This will be a 41-yard punt, 3 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Down.
Final play of the half, Young. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And we'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. The Browns drive about to get started. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.